Utie oha echi ponkno. Needs FM.
Right, higher needs 100.9. Yankoni ane Honorable James Agalga or NDC MP Obusa North. Na Osanye Defense and Interior Committee ranking member. Honorable Machi.
Yes, good morning.
Mebaja to say?
Boko.
Yadenya Gopansi. Na adena minority for more or how far a year security presence are. Wamakogu mi ayebi to say a year voter regime. Upper East, Upper West regions in the morning.
Well, thank you very much. Well, first of all, the heavy military presence in the border region is disturbing because we have come to the conclusion that this government is bent on intimidating the people of the border region from participating in the impending compilation of a new voters register by the Electoral Commission. That is worrying because why? The voter region has been targeted as a stronghold of the NEC. So this government is simply doing everything within its power to ensure that the people of that region are disenfranchised, which step would then give them an advantage in the 2020 election. That is all there is to the issue. Look, government wants us to believe that the deployment in the voter region is as a result of the COVID-19 pandemic. And when I heard the regional minister, Dr. Achibolecha, argue that the Regional Security Council actually requested for the military deployment because they think that COVID-19 is a dangerous disease which needs to be confronted at all levels. And so they felt that as part of their measures, they would deploy the military. Then I asked myself, Honorable Achibolecha and NPP government, when did COVID-19 start? COVID-19 started as far back as March. Why did you not deploy troops when the outbreak first occurred? Why? Why now? In any case, Dr. Achibolecha knows very well that the voter region is not one of the hotspots in this country, so far as COVID-19 is concerned. Greater Accra is the country with the highest number of cases. Eastern region, Ashanti region are some of the regions with the highest recorded number of cases. So if it is merely about COVID-19, you are deploying the military. What for? What for? What our people are saying is that they lack PPEs, that we are not observing social distancing protocols, like we saw when the MPP went for their primary. These are the major concerns. We are not doing enough testing to identify people who have been affected, isolate them, and treat them. These are the issues that have come up in our quest to deal with COVID-19. So why the military? Now we are very much aware that elsewhere in the Upper East, Upper West, the northern frontier, so to speak, is faced with the threat of terrorism because terrorists have actually ravaged our neighboring countries such as Burkina Faso, Niger, Mali, etc. So there has been the need to actually reinforce our presence along the northern frontier. That particular operation was codenamed Operation Conquered Fist. So it is not something that was done at the blind side of Ghanaians. In Parliament, we have been briefed about Operation Conquered Fist. We don't have a problem with that. Operation Conquered Fist was actually deployed long ago. Long ago, even before COVID-19. But in the case of the voter region, the deployment occurred about a week ago. Now, if anybody was in doubt as to why the government has deployed the military, K.T. Hammond has actually exposed this government big time. He says they are there to ensure that Togolese do not come into Ghana and register. That is the real motivation. So when government tells you that it is because of COVID-19, I mean, you should know very well that this government no longer has any candor, that they lack credibility so far as this matter is concerned. Now, let us ask ourselves the fundamental question as to why you would deploy the military if the real reason is because you don't want Togolese to come to Ghana and register. In any case, is that the duty of the military? There are procedures for detecting who is not a Ghanaian. If you appear at a registration center, you happen not to be a Ghanaian, the procedures are there. Even if you manage to register as a non-Ghanaian, there is opportunity for you to be challenged. In any case, my brother, do we agree or not whether there are Ghanaians in their thousands living in Togo? I think this government gives us answers and sufficient clues. Not too long ago, when there was a fire disaster inside Togo, government mobilized a NACMO with relief items to go to the aid of Ghanaian citizens residents in Togo. This operation was led by the Deputy Minister for National Security, Honorable Henry Cote, together with officials from NACMO, the Director General. They crossed over and went to the aid of Ghanaians in Togo. That is an admission on the part of this government that in Togo there are several thousands of Ghanaians. In any case, why did pass the ROPAP law? And my good friend Samson Ayene Ladi and co went to court and secured court orders to compel the EC to ensure that Ghanaians residing in other countries are given every opportunity to register and vote. Yes. So why the deployment? The voter region is simply being targeted. That is all.
Okay. Honorable, another fundamental question that we should also ask is what is wrong by deploying military personnel to ensure that we can have a successful registration exercise in a particular area? What is wrong about that?
If you are deploying the military, you must do that, right, in a manner that is not discriminatory. So if you are asking me why it is, what's wrong with deploying the military? My question to you would be why is the deployment limited to only the border region? Like I've demonstrated, the deployment in the Upper East, the Northern Frontier, happened long before COVID.
But is it the whole Volta region that they've deployed these personnel to?
Come again.
I'm asking if it is the entire Volta region that they have deployed these personnel.
No, the deployment is limited to the K2 North and South.
Perfect. So, wouldn't it be prudent enough to analyze? Maybe there has been a security, how should I even call it? There has been a signal that maybe those areas are prone to, let's say, those, how should I even put it? Those who normally use the unapproved routes to be part of a national exercise like what we are going to do tomorrow. Don't you think so?
My brother, this is not a matter that allows us to guess. The regional minister has spoken. He says it is part of the COVID-19 fight, that the deployment is supposed to help us fight COVID-19. And I'm saying that COVID-19 did not start today. If we are talking about COVID-19, the Volta region is not one of the hot spots in our country. In fact, the Republic of Togo, which is our border to the east, has fewer COVID-19 cases than Ghana. So Ghanaians are more of a threat to the Republic of Togo, so far as COVID-19 is concerned, than they are to us. So this whole attempt to guess and to try to find answers is uncalled for. The real motivation of the government is simply to intimidate the people of the Volta region.
How? How are they going to intimidate the registrants? How?
Them. Oh, my brother, what is the name of your network?
It's Neat FM, please. Neat FM.
Very well. I'm sure your network has reported from the Volta region.
Perfect,
how
so.
residents
Perfectly
of
so.
the K2 North and South have themselves said that they feel intimidated, that they are frightened by the heavy military presence in their backyard, and that they simply don't understand why government would make such a deployment at this material movement. So if the people themselves are telling you that they are living in perpetual fear, do you think they will come out with their numbers to register? That is the intimidation we're talking about.
I just spoke to the municipal. Okay.
The people would be intimidated. The people themselves have said so.
I just spoke to the municipal chief executive of K2 South, who also doubled as the chairman of the Municipal Security Council, and he indicated that he only requested for 27 personnel. So, to what state can you describe it as a heavy security personnel as far as 27 military men are concerned?
Look, my brother, we have our sources. Don't allow anybody to mislead you. The movement of the soldiers and everything is known to us. Most of them were drawn from our garrison in the Ashanti region. We know. That is not a secret. So if he tells you that the number is 27, tell the municipal chief executive that I said he should be truthful to himself and to the people of Ghana. And take yourself where he is chief executive.
So do you know the number of personnel present?
I don't want to go into that. I don't want to go into that.
So why then can you describe as a heavy, as far as you are not conversant with the numbers?
My brother, that is why I ask you, are a journalist, my brother. Your men have reported from the grounds. Just go and see for yourself. Let's not engage in this type of debate when you can simply just send your reporters to go find out and come back and report whether there is heavy military presence there or not. It's as simple as that. We are not the ones saying it. The media is awash with news of the heavy military presence. In fact, when the regional minister spoke to the media, he didn't deny that there is heavy military presence. Did he? In fact, when KT Hammond spoke, KT Hammond did not deny that there is heavy military presence. The Minister for the Interior spoke. He responded directly to the press conference I addressed, and he did not deny that the deployment and that it is heavy. He did not. So don't let the municipal chief executive throw that into anybody's eye. Please.
So the municipal chief executive lied to us? Is that what you are suggesting?
We let him respond. The matter speaks for itself. The matter speaks for itself. I've just told you. All the people who directly responded, none of them denied that there is heavy military presence. If he chooses to double in the game of numbers, that is his problem.
Okay. So, Honorable, are you also aware that our borders are closed?
That is not a secret. That is not a secret. And it's not only Ghana. All countries have closed their borders in the wake of the COVID-19 pandemic. All countries in the sub-region and elsewhere have closed their borders.
Okay.
So that is not a matter that is in dispute.
And please, are you also aware that we have security presence at our various borders?
There has always been security presence at our borders. There has always been security presence at our borders. So, at every border crossing, you find immigration officers, you find DNI officers, you find custom officers, you would find plain clothes operatives, police. They are there at every border crossing. There is security. Our problem is the massive deployment of military personnel and assets in the Volta region at this material moment. Are we suspecting some form of external aggression from our eastern neighbor? No.
Okay. We are commencing such a major political activity, that's the registration exercise, tomorrow. And we also aware that people normally use their unapproved routes to be part of such a major event in our country here. And being a former deputy interior minister, I think you are privy to this information. So wouldn't it be prudent enough for us to map up security details,
my brother,
that can help us to curb this anomaly?
My brother,
Honorable,
I am one person who has never subscribed to falsehood. I have never done that. When the vice president, when he was candidate, running mate in 2016, said there were 76,000 Ghanaians, Togolese on our register, and we asked him to furnish us with the evidence. What happened? What happened? It is not uncommon to have a name of a Togolese on our register because that Togolese could also be a Ghanaian. You are very much aware that our laws allow for people to be dual national. So leading MPP functionaries hold British nationality as well as Ghanaian nationality. Their names are on our voters roll. So please, don't target the people of the voting region. It is advanced, it is dangerous. There are Togolese who are also Ghanaian. And I have time with that number made reference to the case of the first Togolese president, Jesús Olympio, and his son, Bonito Olympio, who were adjudged by a former Chief Justice, Justice Wood, as being Ghanaian. So please, the mere fact that somebody, look, not too long ago, when Ghanaians in their thousands were affected by a fire disaster on Togolese soil, did not move, not proceed to their aid with relief items led by a minister of state. I hope you remember the fire incident in Togo. Truckloads of relief items were sent there. So why do you want to make it look as if Ghanaians don't reside in Togo? Several thousands of Ghanaians reside in Togo. In any case, why did we pass the ROPAB law? We passed the ROPAB law because we all acknowledge that there are Ghanaians living in other countries, including Togo, and so on and so forth. So when you behave as if, in any case, and Togo is the only country that hosts Ghanaians. Cote d'Ivoire equally has Ghanaians. If you go to the Bronx region and elsewhere, why are we targeting only Cape Reserve? That is my worry. So you can't justify this. And let nobody try to justify this. In any case, couldn't you worry that government officials are contradicting themselves? Just suppose what K.T. Hammond said and what the Volta regional minister and the interior minister said. Should you not be interested in the contradiction? And should you not be asking yourself that those contradictions is a confirmation of our suspicion that this government wants to disenfranchise Voltarians?
But Honorable, let's all be fair. How can a registrant feel intimidated with the presence of the security personnel, whereas the person is not having any ill intent? Because you just go pass through the process, you register, then you go your way. How can you feel intimidated?
All civilized nations do not deploy the military when we are not faced with a threat. We are not faced with some form of external aggression. You have been following the news. I'm happy I'm speaking to a journalist. When President Trump in the United States recently called for the deployment of the National Guard, you are aware of the backlash. Even the Defense Secretary of the United States came out and criticized this on president and said that is not the way we use the military. Our constitution defines the role of the military. It is not any different from the military of the United States of America. So when our military is being abused, when a political party in power decides to use the military to act in a manner that will help shore up its political fortune, you want us to keep quiet? We shall speak, because the armed forces of Ghana has a role. Their loyalty is to the state. They are not supposed to be loyal to any political party. Remember, political power is transient. Political parties will come and go, but the state of Ghana remains. The state of Ghana is perpetual. So the armed forces is supposed to be loyal to the state and be concerned with the protection of its citizens. They cannot be allowed to be used to do any dirty work for any political party. So the military, I'm calling on the military high command not to allow itself to be abused the way the NPP wants to abuse them.
So what do we do now, Honorable, from here?
We have called for the immediate withdrawal of those troops. I was very clear in our press conference. I asked that they should immediately withdraw.
Okay. Thank you very much, Honorable James Agalga.
Thank you, my brother.
Abusanyane Honorable James Agalga, or NDC MP or Busa North, or Defense and Interior Committee ranking member.
Utie oha extra punk no. Needs FM.